Everybody, guess what? It's 93 degrees here. It's really hot. And so let's talk about the Three of Diamonds. So I went back into my my analytics, and I learned that just with a really quick perusal, that the videos that get the most views are the ones that where I'm talking specifically about a card. And I think it's because people know about the system enough to just like type it up and Google it and be like, where can I learn about the whatever? So the Three of Diamonds. I don't know if we've talked about this before, but let's do a little, let's throw a few cards to see what our guides have to say about the Three of Diamonds and what we're doing here today. Don't you love how my glasses match my shirt? Woo, woo! I'll tell you why I'm really excited in just a second. Oh, Three of Spades, 10 of Clubs, King of Hearts, and 2 of Clubs. This means that we're actually going to have a conversation and a back and forth, which is fantastic. Okay, the Three of Spades is about achievement, accomplishment, the can do. So I think my guides are wanting me to just really get down to the fundamentals of what is the energy of 3. And I have been given one word recently for 3, alchemy. So just plug that in and start thinking about it. Alchemy. What is alchemy? I think it's a deep, complicated word with rich historical significance that just kind of means that you put a bunch of ingredients together and something gets cooked up. Something gets cooked up. With the Three of Spades, it's action, it's something physical, it's going to result in some kind of physical art. It's like the alchemy of the physical realm is really, it's fun to think about how maybe that's beauty, maybe that's art, maybe it's creative expression. What is the alchemy of the Three of Diamonds? What's the alchemy of values? And that's a really good esoteric question. That's a very good place to start. Okay, the 10 of Clubs tells us that we're just going to get a download. A lot of information is going to come through. And I think I'm going to need more of you to do that. Okay, so yes, I am going to do a video tomorrow. I'm working with a life coach next door who happens to be friggin' amazing. And she's the 2 of Spades. And I'll tell you about, since the Three of Diamonds is such a business person, I'm going to tell you what we did for my business, which just I think fits in beautifully. But anyway, where was I going with this? The download. Oh, the reason I'm so excited is because it took me a really long time, but in my coaching session, I'm like, I think people want to donate sometimes, because sometimes I give and give and give a lot of information. And then I'm like, hey, ask me a question. And then I tune into somebody, throw cards and da-da-da-da. And I think there's an awkwardness sometimes in receiving that much information for free. And I can just feel that sometimes. I'm like, people are a little uncomfortable about this level of generosity on my part. Am I caretaking? Is this clean? Am I doing this for some reason? Do I feel like I should or am supposed to? And I do it because I can't help myself. I freaking love it. But I think that sometimes people just want to donate, even if it's like $5 or $10. Hey, I asked her a question. I got a really good insight. I want this to feel like an equal give and receive. Okay, enough of that. So say hi, because I see I've got a couple of viewers. So tell me who you are and that you're in the room. King of Hearts means that we're going to talk about the emotionally mature version of the Three of Diamonds. And when you look at where the King of Hearts sits in their hand, okay, first of all, so here's the Three of Diamonds. And what sits under the Nine of Spades? The King of Hearts. In the yeah, I do feel really good that I accomplished something. I got that donate button. I actually went to a YouTube video to learn how to create a PayPal donate button so that people just go down in the description. All you have to do is click on it, and it takes you to a page where you can just donate through PayPal. So it's so easy. Like, But where do you find this? Sometimes you need a video to tell you. Anyway, so the King of Hearts, what that tells me is that Three of Diamonds idealize and have a dream of accomplishing or becoming the King of Hearts. Look at your Neptune card and ask yourself the question, how is this something? Hey, Three of Diamonds, Jason! It's for you. You're one reason I'm doing the Three of Diamonds here. Because you came into the coaching session. Okay, I'll get into that later, but look at your Neptune card and say, how do I dream of or idealize this? So Jason, let's ask you, being a Three of Diamonds. Okay, so you have the Nine of Spades there in your Neptune position, but okay, the Nine of Spades is a little enigmatic, but I'm going to give you a list of words. Okay, so you just take the dance between a 9 and a spade. So 9 can be completion. It can be harvest. It can be death. It can be the whole enchilada, the universe as big as we can conceive it, limitless, endless, that sort of thing. And spades, the physical realm. So is it that Three of Diamonds are really more the Three of Spades, and they're like, I'm not just about, my values as a diamond, I'm about getting her done. Like, that's the most important thing I can do, is complete something. So tell me if that resonates with you, and how would you answer that question? How is the Nine of Spades your ideal? But the King of Hearts under it means like there's a connection here to being emotionally responsible. That's a great thing to think about with Three of Diamonds. They are challenged by working on that. That's something just to acknowledge and be like, how far have they come? Okay. Aditya. Hello, I'm the Eight of Clubs. That bought a kitten texted a while ago. Hi, I'm glad I'm finally here doing live. I am too. Oh, welcome to the family, Eight of Clubs. I've come to a place of just feeling very warm and cherishing towards any Eight of Clubs, because it's just tough being you, isn't it? There's I would go so far as to say that there's pain. There is some kind of inherent pain associated with being an Eight of Clubs, and I think it has to do with having a sense of the ideal and how things could or should be, this template that you have in your soul, and then having to kind of make sense of everything here. So Jason says about the Nine of Spades. Oh, I honor that. Jason says, yes, I am intense about getting things done. Super, super intense, kind of overbearing. Okay, so let's think about that. Neptune can have an intensity around it. Hi, Julie. Hey there. It's Julie, the Eight of Clubs squared. Right. Times 2. Currently just moved in with my Three of Diamonds, Five of Clubs mother, who is Pluto card to care for her, 81 years. Oh, God bless you. Huge challenge for me, but I know where I'm supposed to be, I think. Oh, God bless you. That's so okay. So you can chime in with the Three of Diamonds. Adityaga. I don't know. I know I'm not saying that right. Adit. That's what I'll call you until you tell me what else to call you. Do you know a Three of Diamonds? Everybody, just think about the Three of Diamonds in your hand. Okay, the very first thing. Oh, my guys are saying shh. Oh, they're so funny. Okay, they're saying start with where it sits. Ta. Hi, I'm new to the cards, but I found out I'm an Ace of Spades. How perfect is that? You're next door neighbors with the Three of Diamonds. So here's the Ace of Spades. This is what I call the descending mundane chart. The ascending mundane chart is age 43 because it's the other direction of one click away from 44, the pure spread. Okay, if that's too beyond for you, don't worry about it. So Ace of Spades, you can think of the Three of Diamonds as both your moon card or your ascending Mercury card right next to you. So when is your birthday in terms of like Gia? Okay, Gia, thank you. What sign are you? Because that will determine what your planetary ruler is. Your other card, the other card in your hand. So, yes, Ace of Spades is a little shy. So, Three of Diamonds sits in Mercury, Uranus. That's an electric combination. Brenda, hello. So, what do I mean by electric? There's a lot of, right, Cancer, so that's your ascending moon card. I think that's what Jason's telling me, the Ace of Spades. Um, there's a lot of information. There are a lot of currents flowing. That's the electric thing. There's a lot happening inside a three of diamonds. I have never thought about this. This is the 10 of clubs we're getting, the download, that card that I pulled. It's just like, do you feel like a circuit board, Jason? Julie, does your mom strike you as having a lot going on and having defense mechanisms to deal with that electric energy? Okay, the Queen of Clubs is another example of this. The Queen of Clubs feels like that. It's really intense to be them. I think of the Queen of Clubs as having a lit up nervous system. They're sensing what's going on around them all the time. The Three of Diamonds, I would describe it more as I think it's heart. I think it's if the heart is a circuit. I mean, it's not nervous system so much as like more like mental information. I don't know why I say that. Okay. But the Queen of Clubs has that as their Mars card. So anyway, they can, in their career, ascending Mars, use that psychic, intuitive, nervous system connection, which would be a slightly more feminine side, an intuitive thing. Three of Diamonds who are very successful in their business experience themselves as magical, as psychic, as how did he see that coming? How did she know that that was the right way to go? That was like so counterintuitive, or actually the opposite. That was the intuitive approach. So is this, Jason, the more you lean into your feminine side, the more you trust your intuition, I would imagine, oh, recovering from the 44th year. So what the heck was that like? Ta says, I agree. Okay, so she sits right next to the Three of Diamonds. So you would agree with that. Okay, so the Queen of Clubs would be your ascending Jupiter card. So that's when you go into your highest potential and you're thinking, what could I achieve? How do I want to bless the world? How do I want to allow blessings to come through me? Oh, you're in your 44th year. So let me ask you this question. I mean, I want to use a lot of expletives, but I'm not going to, but I had that kind of a 44th year too. And the way I always thought it was is that you get kind of activated with, obviously, this is the spread at 44, right? You look at your hand in the Destiny Cards book, and all of the cards for you that year come from this spread, which means they're all in order, which means your Mercury, descending Mercury, was the Four of Diamonds. Venus was the Five of Diamonds. So there was restlessness about relationship or home or what do I want. The Six of Diamonds and Mars, calling. It strikes me that you get kind of, you get energized with your original template in a way. Kind of the soul spread is more spiritual energy. And it shows you how in alignment you are with that. Did it feel that way? Because I met my twin flame at the end of my 44th year. And then we hooked up at 45, and it was just a massive chapter change. Did a reading for a gal who's 45 yesterday. She day before. She's the Four of Clubs. She might find my channel. Hi, Emma. But anyway, it was just like, oh, I looked at her and I was like, I know how that feels at 45. The whole game has changed. Such a transformation. So at 45, Jason has this, and Ta, when she gets there very soon. Ta, when is your birthday? So we can wish you a happy birthday when that comes and find out your planetary ruler. But this is the hand that he has, ascending and descending. So that's like your midlife report card. How are you doing in your life lessons? But the 44th year kind of charges you with, oh, okay, so Jason, how did you know she was a Cancer? Did she already write it? No, she didn't. Were you tuning into your Queen of Clubs just there? Hmm. Or do you know Ta? Is she your partner? I don't know. Anyway, I am. You are what? I'm sorry for the delay. I talk so fast. I don't know what you're responding to. Oh, you're a Cancer. And so is Ta. Isn't that funny? Okay, so what that means is that Ta, the Three of Diamonds is your ascending Mercury, it's your descending moon, and descending planetary ruler. Your ascending planetary ruler would be the Seven of Hearts. So look into that. When you're living more in your potential and living in a place of service, the Seven of Hearts is a extremely tender card. Plus, it's your karma card, right? You sit in the house of the Seven of Hearts. So there's karma around forgiveness, really letting go of the past, betrayal, abuse, or abandonment. I mean, it could be really rough. And chances are, whoever played that part in a past life has shown up in this life, and it's going to be doubly difficult, the letting go. So let me know if that resonates with you. That's kind of a general thing. And I would say that could be very true of the Three of Diamonds too, just because of its proximity to the Seven of Hearts, because it would have this as a Mercury and then turns right around and has it as a Venus. Wow. Okay. So what else do we want to say? The electric energy of the Three of Diamonds. Jason, how do you take care of yourself? I mean, I would imagine being a Cancer has something to do with, your element type and what feels good to you. And how do you nurture yourself with all that energy running through you? How do you come down? How do you get into your inner child? How do you rest? That's the word. Let's talk about rest for the Three of Diamonds. It just sounds so ministerial sometimes. Rest for the Three of Diamonds, which would be very useful for Julie, whose mother is the Three of Diamonds. You focused on self-care since your 44th year. Okay, which answers it's my next question is, where does the Three of Diamonds sit? Its house, the house that it owns, is where the Queen of Diamonds is paying rent over here. So the Three of Diamonds here, what is, and I have thought a lot about this. I bet you struggle with resting. Why? What's your resistance? What's your fear? Does it scare you? If I slow down, if I stop, is everything going to continue? Because look at what your Neptune card is, the Ten of Diamonds. I juggle many balls. I run a huge business. I run the country. I run the military. What will happen if I stop? What will happen if I go away? Someone's being tested with that in a very large, on a global scale. What will happen if I step back or I'm taken out? Will everything be okay? That's the Achilles heel of the Ten of Diamonds. Yeah, your mind does not stop. I would think about that. And at 44, what was your Pluto? The Jack of Diamonds. It runs at 1,000%. Oh, part of that is the Five of Clubs here too, sitting next to you. Five is the dynamic energy. Five is the squirrel. It's the ADD. It's the happy inner child. It's the needy inner child. It's the adventuring child. Think of all the fives. They're like, dun, 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 dun. They need a lot of stimulation. And a Five of Clubs is the researcher. It's incredibly curious. That's one reason Three of Diamonds are often genius, because their circuit board is prepared to take in and process a tremendous amount of information. The Five of Clubs says, what part would that play in a computer? The desire for information, the motivation, the curiosity, the thirst for knowledge. I mean, the three, and I will say this about all threes, my husband is the three of clubs. Their capacity to take in and retain information is mind-boggling. It's just mind-boggling. Oh, you just got diagnosed. I remember when I finally figured it out, and I've got the 5 of spades in descending Mercury, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And when I started to put those two together and go, oh, it's always turning. The wheel is always turning. So the way you rest is you observe the turning. You identify with the observer of that activity rather than I am the activity. And you ask questions like, how fast is that wheel spinning? Is it making noise? What's the texture of the spinning? How fast exactly is it going if I could compare it to a land animal? How does it feel? What's the temperature, shape? And you just get more and more in that. And then you have compassion and curiosity. Yes, I am married to my twin flame, and that happened at 44. I've changed my opinion about twin flames since we had such a difficult 12 years. It's like, it just got harder and harder. I mean, for the first 2 years, it was like impossible to describe. And I realized it was when you know, you know. And if somebody doesn't understand or have that experience, there's no way to explain it to them. And if somebody has had that twin flame experience, they're like, I get it. Well, and that explains why it was so difficult. Not every twin flame experience is difficult, but most of them are. Because it's designed to just really fine tune and get in there. And there's no guarantee it's going to be long-term or happy. Ours happens to be that finally after the 11-year hump. Yeah. So Todd, are you with your twin as well? And when is their birthday? That would be fun to talk about, wouldn't it? Any questions or comments about the 3 of diamonds? Go ahead and tell me if you know a 3 of diamonds, if you have a question, if you want to know what your cosmic connection, like your composite card, and go into that a little bit. Obviously, Jeannie's not here. Otherwise, we would have already gone there. Hi, Jeannie. 4 of spades is your wife. Okay, let's look at the dynamic. And I know that you've done this already, so I'm just going to have to remember. Oh, this is my remote viewing journal. I have 3 empty pages left. Damn, I love remote viewing. Oh, his birthday's 3/20. Okay. Her name is the Queen of Diamonds. I remember you saying that. Like it doesn't matter what her card is, that's how you experience her. So if she's the 4 of spades, what's her sign? Because that could, it's interesting you say that because, okay, the 4 of spades sits here. All the cards underneath, no, not all of them, they're clubs. Whoops, Saturn is all diamonds. But anyway, she's so in your code. Oh, I love that. That should be a song. You don't know any 3 of diamonds? Okay, well, there are some famous ones. Oh, your partner's the 3 of diamonds? Oh my God. And you're the ace of spades. So his card is your planetary ruler. This is very often one of those soulmate connections. They do not show up in the cards in a particular defined way. So my husband's the 3 of clubs, but he is a Libra, which means he's also the 9 of hearts, and I am the 7 of diamonds, and that is one of those pairs. That's one way it shows up. But the planetary ruler thing is fairly common, where there's just this very powerful identification with, and yet when you are in relationship with someone who's right beside your card, if they're sequentially beside each other, like 3 of diamonds, 4 of diamonds, that's a past life thing. That's different. It's more of a sibling connection, and there's a sweet kind of intimacy there. But when it's in this chart, it usually feels more like there's a real identification and an understanding of the life path, the issues, the world, the perspective. I'm doing a live, yeah. But there's an inherent friction. That's what I'm trying to get to. There's an inherent friction. Okay, she's 4 of spades, 8 of spades. So the 8 of spades, the majority of its hand is the Saturn line, which has a lot of diamonds. So that would be her Uranus card and her Mars card. So Mars for the 8 of spades. That's another reason and that's you, the 3 of diamonds underneath it. Yeah, she's in your code here too. Okay, so getting back to the friction between the 3 of diamonds and the ace of spades. Well, let's talk about the, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't talk about this. Okay, so I brought attention to the intersection. What does it mean? Saturn and Mercury when they dance together. I would say it has a lot to do with truth. Tell the truth. Mercury is communication. Divine Mercury is divine communication. That's true. Saturn, horizontal, would be growth, character development, how your ego, where the fur is laying down this way and the spirit wants it to lay this way. And so it's like, let's rub you against your fur and train it. That's Saturn. So 3 of diamonds, let me ask you this, Jason, and those of you with 3 of diamonds in your lives. Are they capable of giving you the truth that is uncomfortable? Do they come off sometimes as insulting, insensitive, a bit of a bully? Because I can tell you this, knowing the truth and seeing it not being communicated or in the presence of a lie, I can imagine that would drive a 3 of diamonds absolutely fucking insane. How incredibly challenging that would be to be in the midst of that, like your whole life. I am referring to someone, and I just can't say his name, but if you know, you know. So one develops a graciousness around this energy of knowing the truth and seeing that it's not being honored or whatever. Speaking into the lives of other people with it, you have to develop a tact and a sensitivity. But yes, the words can cut. I have a 3 of diamonds in my spiritual spread in Pluto. So Gia, I think I'm saying that right. I'm going to say 2 names of famous people that I know are the 3 of diamonds. No, my guides are telling me not to go there. But if you want to understand a little better, you can look up some 3 of diamonds. You can, look up 3 of diamonds birthdays. Look up, you can put it in Google and you can find some famous people. And then when you kind of line them up and you go, oh, here's the through line. Okay, people can get uncomfortable with your truth. Yeah, and that's hard, isn't it? Because you have a tender heart. That's the thing, is that every card has an essential contrast that is difficult to be, to live. And I would say that your contrast, I think the contrast for the 3 of diamonds is tender-hearted sensitivity, but a bulldog for the truth. Like, I know my words can cut. I'm actually very tender-hearted. I care very deeply. I act on behalf of those in my life in a protective bulldog way, but also a very soft, tender way. And yet at the same time, I can confront. Yeah, so you stay quiet. That's the ace of spades in action. Let's talk about that. Brenda, what if the 3 of diamonds partner is the queen of diamonds? What does that mean? Are you talking about a 3 of diamonds and a queen of diamonds together? That's a karma card connection, and those are extremely powerful. That person's, you guys signed up together for this lifetime, and chances are they're going to just challenge the hell out of you with something. It could be that they sort of have the template for something you're trying to learn, or vice versa. Sometimes it feels that way. Sometimes there's just this big unfinished thing. Sometimes it's a really deep, loving soulmate connection that just doesn't have anything to balance out. You just want to be together because, so your soul informs you about what that is, but whatever it is, it's a prearranged, very intense thing that has its roots in a past life. Cosmic Sunflower, hello. They may omit at times. However, I know a mature Three of Diamonds man that's incredible leader and speaker. Yes, that potential is there. Absolutely. Incredible leader and speaker. And they will bring the hidden things to light. They will bring that which is hidden to light. Why do I say that? Anyone? Anyone? This is connected to why Jason said that's why he stays quiet most of the time. Why would they bring that which is hidden into the light? It's the Ace of Spades. Ding, 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 ding. Congratulations. You get a free reading. Just kidding. Okay, the Ace of Spades is, I should totally do that though. I should do a class. I should do one of these videos and offer a, you can see the hidden things. Oh, Jason, that's powerful. There is a potential to deeply honor those around you because you can see into them, and sometimes they're not comfortable with the level you can see. I would call that Bobcat medicine. Look up the Bobcat. It is so freaking cool. Okay, so the Ace of Spades is the card of secrets that hides beyond the veil. I would say it has something to do with Neptune-Mercury connection, but where does it live? It lives in Saturn-Uranus. That's a weird place, isn't it? Saturn, Uranus. Saturn would be, because it's a vertical Saturn, it would be like divine calling or purpose. And the Ace and the Uranus's line is about like raising one's consciousness or the new and unconventional, the illumination, sudden illumination. That's very esoteric, all of that. That's all of those things I just said in Ace of Spades. I'm just going to say Gurdjieff. He's the Ace of Spades. Oh, it's intense. You teach technology, Saturn, Uranus. Oh my God, I love that. Teach Saturn, technology, Uranus. Fun. Okay, so I feel like I'm at a moment of pause. I'm taking a pause. I'm doing this video mainly. Okay, so business. Hi, honey. Hi, sweetie. She's the alchemy of love. Her birthday is November 30th. And she is the alchemy of love. She's teaching us all about it. Because you're going to be sure. I know, when it's your baby, you don't care, right? But if it's not your baby, you're like, ew. Oh, they're so cute. It's still very hot out. It's probably hotter now. Has she grown? We can't tell. I think she's just getting longer and skinnier like a greyhound. Maisie. Three of Hearts. Okay. Yes, so business. Thank you. Isn't she? She's got the most incredible eye color. They're like golden. Can you jump up again? Show them your eyes. And they're often like really dilated. Oh, okay. She doesn't have to. Here, I'll just take this thing.